how was that? So we worked along with Family Guy, Peter. He was talking with his friends, his buddies, his colleagues in a bar, and then speaking to a different audience at college. The college audience, as they say, is different. There's no reading in between the lines. He uses a more elaborate code. Academic skills. Being able to switch between both is important. For example, colloquialisms and idioms are actually acceptable in business writing. If you read and you're able to prepare before our next session, reading the Harvard Business Review or the IMF press releases on what is happening now with the economy, you will see the use of maybe the Black Swan event. It's an idiom that ordinarily in other academic disciplines we would keep away from. But in business English, in academic business English, it's acceptable. The Black Swan event, something that is rare but has a profound impact on the economy of the world, actually. And a Black Swan event is maybe once every 100 years. So with coronavirus, the last being the Spanish flu. So do look over the 6 and try to become aware and pinpoint what were the differences between Family Guy's informal, sort of restricted code and his academic delivery. So, for example, number 1, not many people agree that healthcare is getting better. Perfectly acceptable, but in academic English we would say it is not wildly agreed. And this is important because it's almost like a collocation. It's not widely agreed. Like a news broadcaster goes on to say that the quality of healthcare is improving, getting better, get better. This kind of like get on, bring on. This kind of phrasal verbs are to be avoided. And the second one, there's third, fourth, fifth, the sixth. I'm just going to mention the 6th one. It's interesting because the sentence is longer, and even informally, Peter is making sense. It's perfectly acceptable. But in an academic context, it would be the national debt in Venezuela, not starting with, unfortunately, that kind of personal value is omitted. So do have a look, review, and when we meet up next session, which will be live, we'll go over the content being your ideas on coronavirus and its effect on the supply chain. Well, basically, this is supply chain disruption, and your personal opinion, but being able to explain it in sort of the second option in the more academic skill set. So that's what we'll do when we meet the second session, which will be live, or we could say which would be synchronous. So it will be live, so it's a restricted code, and the academic way would be to say it will be a synchronous experience. Okay.